Welcome to On the Go with AAUW. Today I have three exciting individuals who are part of a wonderful project in Alexandria, Virginia. With me today is Nina Tessara, Captain Willie Bailey, and Bill Rivers. Thank you all for coming. Nina, I'd like to start with you. You are the founder of Living Legends in Alexandria, and the two gentlemen next to you are the 2013 honorees of Living Legends. So could you tell us what Living Legends is all about?
I can. There are 2 of 12 honorees this year. And very briefly, Living Legends is an ongoing, not-for-profit project to identify and honor and tell the stories of people who are making really important contributions in Alexandria, Virginia.
And were you inspired by anyone in particular, or certain events occurred that made you want to do this?
Not exactly by an event, but I've been a photographer in Alexandria for 25 years. I've taken a lot of photos, a lot of people and a lot of events. And people would come to me looking for pictures. And one week, the city came to me, and the next week the newspaper, the main community newspaper, came to me looking for pictures of people who had died, thinking that they would be in my files. They wanted them because they were doing stories, and I didn't have them. And I thought, you know, I can solve this problem. We can take pictures while people are still alive and tell their stories, and that's how it started.
Right, and that's probably even more important because you can honor them or recognize them while they're actually doing things, and hopefully doing more things as time passes.
You are so right. Most of the time people aren't honored. You don't find out what they've done until you read their obits. And this project gives people honor while they're here, but it also inspires other people. If you think they can do it, then I can do whatever it is I see that needs doing.
And do you have, you seem to be very well known that Living Legends has become more recognized, more, I guess, talked about. People are more aware of it now than they perhaps were.
They are, and part of that is because of the newspaper, the fact that we started with one newspaper. We now have 4 public relations partners, and each one of them publishes a story a month. And the photographs are displayed in the Market Square lobby of City Hall. And a lot of people know about us. In 7 years, a lot of people know about us.
There's a lot more publicity then. And I was wondering too, how is the selection made, or what is the process? Do you look for people that are from a broad spectrum of activities across a broad range of occupations or volunteerism, or?
Absolutely. The process is that in the fall we start advertising for nominees, and that's done again through the local papers and through word of mouth. And people send in nominations, and then those nominations are reviewed by a committee that's made up half of our board of directors and half of past legends, so that there's always new eyes looking at who is being selected that year. And we have selected people who are lawyers and doctors and priests and artists and art advocates and community activists across every field.
Oh, well, that sounds exciting. I think we have a slide of one of the programs, I believe, that shows some of the honorees in the past, and we'll take a look at that at some point. But that sounds very exciting, and I thought we would just start so our audience would know what Living Legends is all about. And now I'll talk to Captain Bailey. Welcome. And just to give a little bit of background, you're with the Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department.
Yes.
And it appears that you're really involved in a lot of things, so we'll just maybe take one at a time. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was your involvement with, let's say, children in need or underprivileged children. And since we just passed the holidays, I understand that you had a toy drive. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, this past holiday season we did the 15th year we've had a toy drive for kids, underprivileged kids. We helped probably kids from probably 70-some different schools throughout Alexandria and Fairfax, including some nonprofits and shelters as well. We deal with schools that's mainly Title I schools where 35% or more of the kids are on free or reduced lunch. Something we started about 15 years ago with about 50 kids down on the Route 1 corridor of Fairfax. I was a firefighter down there for many years, and it's something that just spread it into Alexandria because I'm from Alexandria and I still live there. One of the reasons we started is because when we're out there going on 911 emergencies, we see the need. When people call 911, they're at their worst, really. They don't know what to do, and we go into these homes and into these communities and we see there's a need.
So really you saw a need and you thought, there must be something I can do to help.
Exactly.
So how has this grown? The toy drive, you said, started with how many children?
50 kids about 15 years ago.
To
this past holiday season we did somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 kids, and after a couple thousand you kind of lose count. You know, but it was only supposed to have been a one-time thing, really. It was only supposed to be, but then the teachers, the schools, and everybody started hearing about what we were doing, and they started wanting to get us, asking us for more help. And
I'm sure everyone is appreciative of your help, your assistance, and all that you do. Also, too, not only there were toys, but kind of talking about the winter season and the cold weather, you also do something with coats, and providing coats for
this past children. October we did about 3,000 coats, brand new coats that we received from Operation Warm, which is a nonprofit coat distributor in the United States. Same schools, shelters, nonprofits that we deal with. When we started the toy drive, something I think I always said the schools kind of took advantage of us. They said, hey, you're helping us during the holidays. The kids need coats. We have kids that need coats. And the reason coats was a big thing, really, it is a big thing, is because the kids, they're probably not going to go to the bus stop and wait on the bus if they don't have a coat.
Right. And just recently we've had such a cold snap. Exactly. I'm sure that those children that benefited from that were very appreciative of having that.
And obviously if the kids are underprivileged, they're on free or reduced lunch, they're going to school and they need these 2 good meals.
And what approximate age children do you serve?
For the coats, up to middle school.
From elementary age to middle school.
Exactly.
And what about the toys?
The toys from preschool all the way up to high school.
High school.
In high school, we ask for donations of gift cards and stuff like that to give to the kids.
And where do the volunteers come from? Are they
everywhere? Everywhere, from citizens, residents, to businesses, CEOs of companies. They come from everywhere. I like to tell folks that, you know, during the holidays, it's funny, they come and they say, you know, they really weren't into the spirit of the holiday until they came to the event, and they got so involved, you know, giving brand new toys out to the kids, packing toys, giving them to the schools, the shelters, the nonprofits, and these teachers and counselors and social workers are telling their story to these volunteers about who these toys are going to. And, you know, and to me, I live on, you know, if you're not doing something about the problem, you're part of the problem. I tell people, don't take it personal, but you have to give back. You have to
I can tell you're very passionate about this. Also, too, I understand that you get quite a few of your fellow teammates, the people that you work with, co-workers, some of them help volunteer.
Oh, a lot of them volunteer. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. I just think I'm a link in the chain, really, because a lot of from the fire chief in Fairfax, the fire chief in Alexandria, they all get involved with what we're doing.
I think we're looking at a picture now where there were other
if you look to you see me there. Then next to me is some of the Alexandria firefighters. Then at the next table over in the blue shirts are Fairfax firefighters. And at that picture, I'm talking to them, getting them prepared for the schools and shelters that will be showing up to pick up the backpacks. We probably gave out 2,000 backpacks with school supplies that day.
Right.
So it's a big partnership that we built with each other.
And I can tell too, it's a very much a community affair. It's not just one particular office is doing this or one particular department is doing this,
Exactly.
But you're all working together and probably get a whole lot more done because you have so many people involved.
Right, and we're, Alexandria and Fairfax so close together. We, if we run calls, Fairfax, we run calls, 911 emergency in Alexandria. Alexandria runs 911 emergencies in Fairfax. Right. So we work together a lot. So and
that's kind of a nice bridge too, because like you said, geographically you're close together. The needs kind of run over one into the other. So why not work together for these particular causes? That's a great way to look at it. And
exactly.
Let's see, you are also involved with some other things. Let's see, we were moving from the winter into the kind of going a little bit backwards, so moving from the holiday to the cold weather. Right. And now as we kind of turn the calendar and head more into late summer when children are preparing to enter school, you do other things too to prepare them for school.
Right. One of the things we do is we do our backpack drive. We started like in June. We called the teachers to go back to school that last week of August. The kids go back to school, after the holidays, first week of September. So we collect backpack school supplies. We pack them. All the volunteers come in. We pack them from elementary all the way up to high school, whatever the needs. We get a list from the schools of the different supplies they need. We call the teachers and stuff to come in. They come in a week before school starts and pick up the supplies, take them back to school, and they have them there for the kids.
So they actually distribute them. That's such a great thing to have because so many children do need not only the supplies but something to carry them in. So the backpack could be for lunches or if they play a sport, they could do multiple things with the backpacks. They're very useful.
Exactly.
And
I mean, the kids going to school and you're sitting there, you don't have the necessities or the supplies to start off school, and the kid next to you does. You're probably not motivated to even really want to go to school. So just starting out school with everything brand new, just like the kid next to you. I think I tell teachers, I'm not going to promise you the kid's going to do his homework all year, but I guarantee you they're going to start out doing it because they're just like everybody else.
Right, and they'll have the notebooks in a backpack to bring it to school.
Brand new notebooks, brand new backpacks.
That's right, that's great. And also too, something else which is also prepares, at least the boys to go back to school, is something else that you want to tell us about.
Right, we do something we started about 3 years ago. It's haircut, kids cuts is what we call it, where we go to different neighborhoods and we get barbers to volunteer their time to cut kids to cut their hair, boys' hairs. Last year we did over 100 kids. We did it in Gum Springs on Richmond Highway, but we got buses and van loads of kids from Alexandria to come out and
what did they think about that? Was that exciting or
was it? It was very exciting.
Did you have children maybe that had not been to a barber before or had only gone with someone else? But
if you'd have been there, if you'd have saw those heads, you'd have known some of these kids had been to a barber in a while.
Okay.
But it was a blessing just to see these kids out. One little kid, I said, son, you look like a brand new kid. And he just rubbed his head and said, sir, I feel like a new kid. Because he had a brand new, and he's going to school, and that's the thing, starting school out like everybody else.
That's right.
And we gave out backpacks there at that event.